So have you ever been in a situation where you were fearfully and afraid and you was running from the cares and concerns of this world? Well, if you were, today I want to give you some insight into your purpose provides protection. You know, as I was preparing for this video, I was just thinking about my life, and I was just thinking about when I didn't know what my purpose was, when I was operating outside of my purpose. Sometimes I was fearfully and afraid. I was really concerned about the opinions of others. I was so focused on trying to be right and trying to do things in the eyes of other people, and I was just chasing these expectations that were unattainable. But one day, I found my purpose, or my purpose found me. And ever since that day, when I operate in my purpose, I recognize that it provides protection for me. So if you're not in your purpose today and you're fearful and afraid, I'm hoping that this video will encourage you to find your purpose so that you can be insecure in yourself and know that your purpose will provide protection for you. So today I'm going to share you a quick story from the book of Mark, the 14th chapter, 1st through the 9th verse. You probably have heard this story. It's a story about the woman with the perfume and how she used it to anoint Jesus' body. But I want to give you the whole gist of that story so you can connect to the purpose and how her purpose provided protection for her, just the way your purpose will provide protection for you. So Mark 14th chapter, 1st verse, it reads, it says, it was now 2 days before the Passover and the festival of unleavened bread. The leading priests and the teachers of the religious laws, they were still looking for an opportunity to capture Jesus, and they wanted to kill him. But they said not during the Passover celebration because they did not want the people to riot. During that same time, Jesus was in Bethany. He was at the home of Simon. And Simon was this guy who had previously had leprosy. And while Jesus was sitting at the table, a woman came in with a beautiful alabaster jar of expensive perfume made from the essence of nard. She broke open the jar and she poured the perfume on Jesus' head. And some of those at the table were indignant. They were hot. They were mad. They were upset. This is what they said. Why waste such expensive perfume? This perfume could have been sold for a year's wages and the money given to the poor. So these people, they scolded this woman harshly. But Jesus replied, leave her alone. Why criticize her for doing such a good thing to me? He said, you will always have the poor among you, and you can help them whenever you want to, but you will not always have me. This woman, she has done what she could, and she has anointed my body for the burial ahead of time. I'll tell you the truth. Whenever the good news is preached throughout this world, this woman's deed will be remembered and discussed. And some versions say it will be like a memorial to her. So she's going to have some great memories because of what she's done. Now, I don't know about you, but I can hear in that story how her purpose provided protection for her. And this, I'm hoping that this is going to encourage you that when you find your purpose, or if you even know your purpose, I want to encourage you to operate in your purpose because you need protection. So what are we talking about today? And again, in all of my videos, you hear me talk about the momentum mindset because I want you to, after you listen to these videos, I want you to have a momentum mindset of not looking back on things that you couldn't control now, but as you where you are now and going forward. Because I want to encourage you that your purpose provides protection. So what 3 things can we learn from this story? Okay. Number 1, awareness. I want you to recognize that your purpose, when you are aware, your purpose will override the criticism. In this story, this woman was harshly criticized because she took her valuable perfume, right? Her own valuable perfume, and she used it in a way that she felt like it was valuable for her and for Jesus. But I don't know if you recognize that she was criticized for doing that. They challenged her and said, well, you should have been able to sell this. As a matter of fact, you could have made so much money and gave that money to the poor. But see, her purpose for doing what she did for Jesus, it overrode the criticism because it did not stop her. And I'm telling you, that's what your purpose is going to do for you. When you start operating in your purpose and you are aware what your purpose is and you get locked in on your purpose, you will no longer focus on the criticism. You know the criticism will come, but you recognize that's just part of the job because your purpose is going to override that criticism. Number one. Number two, you got to learn how to be in agreement because your purpose creates priorities. You know, so many times people get stuck on, well, I don't know what to do next. I don't know what to do after that. And the reason why they don't know is because they're not operating in their purpose. When you begin to operate in your purpose, it's going to align your priorities. And don't you know this lady, her priorities was not about selling her perfume to make a lot of money. Her purpose was not about trying to please people and trying in terms of because they told her to do it, she's going to do it because they said it. Oh no, that was not her priority. Her purpose was, you know what? I'm going to give this to someone who is really valuable. I recognize the work that he is doing. And because he's doing that, my purpose is aligning and creating my priorities. That's why it's important for you to agree with your purpose because it's going to give you your priorities. It's going to create those priorities for you. And last but not least, you're going to learn how to be in alignment. What does that mean? Your purpose provides protection, but that protection has power. What do you mean? If you listen to that story and they judge this lady harshly by telling her you should have sold it and all these kinds of things, her purpose steps up and not only protects us, but her purpose steps up and says, leave her alone. That's what Jesus stepped up and said. He said, leave her alone. Don't you know your purpose provides protection, but your protection has some power? Jesus had the power. And don't you know they recognized his power? And more importantly, she recognized his power. So when you get in alignment with your purpose is going to provide protection, but you need to know that that protection does have some power. Because some people, they've been protected by certain things, but the things they've been protected by, it has no power. But I'm here to tell you today, your purpose has protection, and that protection has power. So I want you to be encouraged today. Listen, if you don't know what your purpose is, invest some time in figuring out what your purpose is. You see, your purpose is not about money. Your purpose is not about what other people think about you. Your purpose is not about having all of these worldly things, but your purpose is about that internal gift that God has given you. There is a reason why you are here. And don't you know, this lady recognized the reason why she was in this whole story. You say, well, why do you say that? Because at the end, Jesus said that every time the good news is told, what she did is always going to be mentioned. What greater purpose than that? And don't you know there is something that God has created you to do that only you can do? That when certain things are told, your name will be mentioned? That's why your purpose provides protection from all of these things. It provides protection from doubt. It provides protection from insecurity. It provides protection from the opinions of other people. That's why you need to be living in your purpose. That's why you need to be operating in your purpose. So listen, know that your purpose provides protection and allow that protection to continue to override criticism. Allow that purpose to continue to create your priorities and allow that purpose to provide protection that has power. Listen, I'm excited for you. I hope this video helps you to keep moving forward and to focus on who you are and what you have and to do exactly what God has called you to do. I hope this video has been helpful for you, and I look forward to seeing you on the next ones. Hope to see you soon.